Well guys, it's official. The 3DS is now officially dead. Well, I guess that's not exactly true because I guess Nintendo stopped supporting the 3DS around the time the Switch launched, so technically I guess the 3DS was dead then. However, Nintendo has officially stopped production of all 3DS consoles, including the 3DS XL, the new 3DS, the 2DS, the new 2DS XL. All of them are done. Now, I wanted to go ahead and make this video today not as a breaking Nintendo news. We are going to get back into those very soon. However, today I just kind of wanted to go ahead and talk about the 3DS and everything that it means to me because, I mean, I've had like handheld Nintendo consoles ever since I was really young. I had the original Game Boy, I had a Game Boy Advance, Game Boy Advance SP, I had a Nintendo DS, then a 3DS, so I've really loved Nintendo handhelds for a really long time, and it's really sad that now one of my favorite consoles, the Nintendo 3DS, is like officially dead, as in you can't even go out and buy them anymore. So yeah, let's just go ahead and talk about it. So I guess the first thing that I want to go ahead and say about the 3DS is that yeah, it had an amazing library filled with awesome games that I really enjoyed throughout my time having that. Now, when I first got my original Nintendo 3DS, I remember it very well. This was back in the time when I was trading stuff into GameStop, so that way I could like use what little bit of trading credit they gave me to get new games and consoles and stuff like that. And I had to trade in so much. I think I traded in like my original Nintendo DS Lite, a bunch of Pokemon games, which I really regret, especially now, and other stuff like that. And I ended up getting an aqua blue Nintendo 3DS, and at the time, I absolutely loved it. I thought it was so amazing that in the palm of my hands, I had a device from Nintendo that had 3D capabilities, and honestly, I really enjoyed the 3D capabilities for like a couple of minutes, and then after that I never used them again. But I remember playing amazing games such as Face Raiders. I mean, putting my little brother and sister into Face Raiders and like, you know, just shooting them with the balls or whatever, that was absolutely amazing, tons of fun. And I remember using those little like AR cards, and you could put them on your table and they would like come to life in your 3DS. That was absolutely amazing as well. And who could also forget Street Pass? I mean, you could be walking with your 3DS in your pocket and you could walk by somebody and then your Miis would like go visit each other and you could use them to get puzzle pieces and other stuff like that. What was not to love about the 3DS? I am definitely going to miss this amazing console, and I just kind of wanted to once again go over some of my really fond memories with it. Now, I had been doing this with other game consoles before and other games, but one of my favorite things that I used to do with my friends was that before big stuff launched at GameStop, like new Pokemon games or new consoles or other stuff like that, we would either go to midnight launches at GameStop, you know, when they actually had them, or what we would do is we would go and wait outside GameStop, like if a game released on a Sunday or a Saturday or something like that and they opened at 10 a.m., we would go out there really early so that we were the first ones in line. Now, in terms of the 3DS and my memory with this, I remember the launch of Pokemon X and Pokemon Y, and this was back when I was in high school, and it was me, my brother, my friend Roy, my friend David, and my best friend Bernie, and we went, and it was just an absolute blast. Everybody was playing their 3DSs, you know, we were just hanging out, all having a good time. I remember they gave out these little hats of Fennekin, Froakie, and Chespin, who were the new starter Pokemon, and it was just absolutely amazing. We all got to hang out, and then as we were leaving, we were the first ones there, mind you, like we were the first ones to get our games. I remember that was something that we always tried to do. I remember on the way back, we drove by and we were tossing pennies at people, which in retrospect, you know, probably wasn't the best thing, but people seemed pretty excited about it. We were yelling about Pokemon. I remember we walked out and we like ran down the line and we were giving everybody high fives, like showing off the games and everything. That was just an amazing feeling. And yeah, it's something that I'm never going to forget, and I would have never experienced that if I didn't have a Nintendo 3DS. Another extremely fond memory I have of the 3DS, and waiting in line at GameStop actually, was the night of the launch of Super Smash Bros. For 3DS. Now, I remember very specifically that I was in my senior year of high school, and this game actually released on a Friday, so the midnight release was on Thursday night. Similar to tonight, because tonight Super Mario 3D All-Stars is coming out. Now, in terms of this one, I remember that if you had a 3DS and you were like hooked up to Club Nintendo or something else like that, you were able to actually get a special early access demo to Super Smash Bros. For Wii U and 3DS, well, specifically just 3DS, because obviously you didn't get the Wii U demo, and you could play as, like, Mario, Link, Pikachu, Mega Man, and Villager, I want to say. Now, me and my friends, we absolutely played that game so much. I mean, we played so much of the demo, like, we knew how to play with every single character, and it was just amazing. And I remember very specifically going to that launch event, and there was somebody there who had the Japanese version of Super Smash Bros. For 3DS, because if you guys didn't know, Smash 3DS actually came out a whole month earlier in Japan, so some people imported it, and when we got there, he was showing off, like, all the new characters, and it was just amazing. Everybody was like, oh my gosh, like, I really want to try out these new characters, and this guy was like, no, you can't touch this, like, I'm the only person who's gonna play this, but you can definitely watch me if you want to go ahead and watch me. And we were all like, what are you doing here? And he was like, oh, the only reason I'm here is so that I can hang out and, like, you know, show you guys I have Smash 3DS early. It was really weird. I think he was with friends or something, but it was just a really weird experience. And while we were at the midnight launch for Super Smash Bros. For 3DS, I remember that, like, everybody was playing the demo. You could find people to play against. We were all fighting each other. I think that they had a Super Smash Bros. Brawl tournament going on as well, although no one really wanted to play Brawl because 3DS demo was there, so yeah, just another amazing memory. And then the last memory I want to go ahead and talk about is a memory that I hold very near and dear to my heart, and that is when me and my buddy Bernie tried to get him a Nintendo 2DS. Now, back in the day, Bernie and I, you know, we've been getting a lot of systems together. I've known him ever since preschool, and one of the things we've always done is that we've always played Pokemon together. Now, I remember that he was really on the fence about getting a 2DS or 3DS, just because he thought that the only thing that he was going to end up playing was probably going to be Pokemon, which is totally understandable. Like, Nintendo's not for everybody, I completely get it. But I remember that we had to work really hard, we did a bunch of odd jobs, we sold some stuff, and we ended up getting him a Nintendo 2DS, specifically so that he could play stuff like Pokemon X and Y, and I think he also played stuff like Super Smash Brothers and Pokemon Sun and Moon, and yeah, it was just a really good time, like, trying to get him a Nintendo 2DS, and then he did end up getting one, so it makes me really happy that, you know, we ended up getting one for him, and yeah, it was just great. So yeah, guys, with everything being said, it is extremely sad to see that the 3DS is officially dead, and you're not going to be able to get it anymore, but at the same time, the 3DS also had an extremely strong life, you know? I had a lot of fun playing with my 3DS, and I'm never going to forget any of the memories that I talked about in today's video, so yeah, to the Nintendo 3DS, thank you so much for being such an amazing console, and you are definitely one that I'm going to come back to from time to time. However, guys, with all of that being said, if you have any special Nintendo 3DS memories and you want to go ahead and share them with me and with other people in the LaxChris community, I'm sure everybody would love to hear them in the comments section. I'm going to go ahead and read through them, so yeah, I'd love to hear what you have to say about the Nintendo 3DS. Even if it is bad stuff, I totally get it. Not a lot of people love the 3D effect or whatever, but yeah, with all that being said, have a great rest of your day, guys, and take care.